Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding our inner Brock and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or how about we go with Joe Budden and Sin Santana? They just had that beautiful baby boy. And low-key, Joe was winning.
You hear winning. Me?
He left that show, Everyday Struggle. He was the only reason everybody was watching it. Allegedly, he got this new show coming on Revolt. And I seen him on P. Diddy Instagram, a crowd of the Rock Boys, or not the Rock Boys, I'm sorry, the Ciroc Boys, whatever Puff be having them drinking that liquor.
Yep.
He was part of that whole crew. And low-key, high-key, I was going to tell you this, Niram. I don't even know if you've seen it. But did you see that he has like these residencies at the High Line?
Yes, I seen that.
You a bad motherfucker if you have a residency at the High Line and you're not playing an instrument. Like, he's not doing an instrument. He's not doing any entertainment. He's just basically like the host of it.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's not normal.
It's not, but he winning.
That's what happens when the Lord steps in your life. No weapon formed against him shall prosper. I low-key want to go, but I don't want to go to none of the winter months because I'm not trying to go play in New York in January and February. But I plan on hitting that March one up, I think. And by then, we'll see if it's a shit show or not because Black Twitter won't hold back.
Sure won't, but most definitely, I can't be playing out here in New York, especially with the snow and ice and shit. I'll fuck around and fall and slip in some piss or something because New York niggas be pissing all over the place.
The pee, it ain't, what Steve Harvey says, the difference between pee and piss.
Yes.
The piss so strong it don't freeze, like liquor. So I plan on actually going to the March show. I think tickets going to sell in February. Mm-hmm. And by then, that'll be at least the first show or the second show. And Black Twitter will let us know if it's worthy or not.
Yeah. But if anything would do with Joe Budden, it's going to be dope.
I think it's going to be entertaining. So it's either going to be so amazing, the artists are going to be sickening, like I'm going to get my whole entire life, or it's going to be so bad it's good. Kind of like the Will Smith movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm not even talking about it, y'all, so don't worry about it. It's just, that's what me and Nia agreed, that Bright on Netflix was so bad it was good.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's not a compliment, but it was so bad it was good. But it's shout out to Joe and Sid, like just doing it their way and making it, like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Like, shout out to them. You got anything to say about Joe and Sam?
No, they had that beautiful baby. That's what, baby number 2 for Joe. Yeah. He winning. He about to have a Cardi B year.
Come on. And the brilliance of having Cardi B and Joe Budden years is they're doing what they want to do, how they want to do it, and being authentically them, right? So they might have did shit in the past. Stuff might not have worked out, but all that's on Front Street, right? It ain't about image. It's not about respectability politics. It's about, this is who I am. You take it or you leave it, right? It is some freedom to that I can't do nothing but put respect on their name.
Most definitely.
Why you say that? Was I preaching?
Yeah, you was giving it up.
Sorry. All right, who is you?
I'm Nero.
Nyambi.
And this is episode 89.
89. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, niggas.
It's Nero.
What?
You be so rough on with the niggas.
Okay, Happy New Year's, y'all.
Thank you. Don't that feel nice and easier for your... Tell these folks where to leave a rating and where they can find us.
All righty. Be sure to leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. I got some big ups because people was like, we didn't know how to leave no review. So, like I said, you open that podcast app.
Yes, we are.
You tap search. You tap in Black Love Matters. Our little logo going to pop up. You click on that. You scroll down till you see reviews. You tap on write a review. You go ahead and bang out something. Nero and Nyambi is awesome. Leave a 5-star rating and then bam, submit. And there you go, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts.
Thanks, Nero.
Also follow us on all forms of social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Black Love Matters. Remember, that's Black with no K, BLAC, Love Matters. You got to check in.
Of course. It's been so long, right? So where do I begin with y'all? So I guess my biggest check-in is that I traveled to DC and Maryland. And actually right now I'm recording from Detroit. And Nerom's back in white-ass New England. So I guess I have, on our Friday episode, I have an update about Detroit. But I just got here today, so I don't have too much to say. But like I told y'all, right after the holidays, I went down and visited a friend. And it was last minute. So instead of taking a flight, of course, Nyambi is trying to be fiscally sound. And I was like, first I was looking for a train to DC because that's what I love. I think taking the train is so romantic. Like, I love the idea of trains. I just love traveling on a train, right? I get free Wi-Fi. I can bring my own snacks. I can watch my Netflix. Like, it's room to move around. You don't have to stay, like, on a plane, you kind of stay put. Like, I really like it. I can get work done. And the plane tickets, they weren't bad, but they were a little high. And then what did I do? I did another Google search, and I found bus tickets for what, $20.
What?
And I was like, $20 to get to DC from White Ass New England? Sign me up. So I told Niram and the D for like, oh, I'm coming on down. And they was like, oh, I told them I'm going down. I told them I'm coming. They were like, okay, cool. And then we getting closer. Niram like, well, how we get to the airport? I said, I'm taking a bus. And he was like, oh. And the D was like, oh, when should I pick you up? Or are you taking a metro? And I was like, I'm taking a bus. And she was like, oh. Why niggas kept saying, oh? They was mesmerized. Niram, why you surprised I was going to take the bus?
Because you are very particular about things. And you only take buses when there's public transportation. And you barely like to do that. It has to be a train for you to take. So in order for you to take a bus, a Greyhound, Peter Pan, Mega Bus, it has to be a short trip, like White Ass New England to like New York or something. But to take it from White Ass New England to Maryland, D.C., I said, oh, she got another thing coming.
It was a trip. So I actually left through Hartford, right? So Hartford, Connecticut to New York was about 2.5 hours, right? Beautiful. Nothing. You could hear a pin drop, right? Like, just, I got on the bus. The driver took our little tickets. Everyone sat down. The people who got on the bus first moved towards the window seat. Like, it was no trouble. The driver put our stuff under the bus. We got on the bus. It was complete. It was like this. The whole bus ride. And the bus was full. I was like, oh, this is not bad. So I'm just reading my books, eating pound cake, sleeping on and off for 2.5 hours. I'm golden. Oh, wait, before I even get to this part, can we tell the people, because that morning I was getting to leave, you're like, are you going to take some food? I was like, I'm going to take a slice of pound cake. And you're like, are you taking anything else on the train? I mean, the bus? I said, why? I'm going to eat when I get to New York. And you was like, oh, do you know places around there? I was like, it's plenty of places to eat in Grand Central. And then what did Niram bust my bubble?
I said, I don't think the buses stop at Grand Central, baby. I think it's at a different station.
I said, what do you mean?
I said,
all public transportation come to Grand Central?
Yes, like subways and trains.
And so I put up my thing, and I was like, oh, because that's DC, it goes to Grand Central, right? So I'm just assuming all of this. I pull it up. It said a motherfucking Port Authority. I said, what is that, prison? Don't it sound like a prison? That's exactly what the fuck it was. Because I'm looking like, oh, okay, when I get to the, what's it called, Grand Central, I got an 1.5 hour layover. That's enough for me to get some Magnolia banana pudding and a slice of pizza. And then ease my way onto the track to get on. And then by the time I figured out I'm going to the jail, I was like, well, it's all right. I'm just going to fast. I said, I'm going to just drink water and fast. I'll be all right when I get to DC out, throw down, right? And then we was worried about that, weren't you? What you made me get? Niram gave me 2 oranges. I got a bag of chips. He said, take these.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm not going to take anything. And I'm like, girl, you tripping. You need to have a full-fledged meal.
Yeah.
You want to go to Popeyes before you go get on this bus? No, it'll be okay. I said, all right, well, I'm going to pack you 2 slices of pound cake and these 3 little Clementine cuties. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to get a bag of chips. I said, okay, I think you'll need more than that. That's a long hike. 8 hours on the bus.
It ain't 8 hours on the bus. It was like 7.
Oh, okay.
Still, I guess that's a full work day, right? And so, like I said, Hartford to New York, easy breezy, beautiful couple, girl. I had a piece of pound cake, 1 orange, drank half my water. So I was able to go, trying to go to the bathroom. But when we're pulling into New York, this motherfucking Port Authority, aka the prison, I don't even know where this building came from. We turned the corner off the water and it looked like we just went underground. It was like dark, looked like rats lived there. Like, it was just crazy. And it was just this huge station. I was like, okay, it's a bus station, be cool. I get off. It's motherfuckers everywhere. Why is there no technology in Port Authority? You know, when you go to the airport or the train stations, all the metrics to tell you like what time things are leaving, where buses can be found is like electronic.
Yeah. Everything
was like on, you know, them things you used to do projects on, them 3-tier posters.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody just did cut and paste projects on that. I was like, where am I supposed to go? So I just get off the bus, and I'm just going with the flow of people because I'm not getting stopped and getting trampled.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I was like, well, I gotta pee. So I'm looking for somewhere to pee. I got about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. I go pee. First of all, I couldn't even get in the stall with my suitcase in my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm looking crazy. So I'm trying to pull it. It looked like I was fighting in the stall. And then the trouble was when I was trying to get out because the suitcase was in the way and I couldn't figure out how to put the suitcase out the way to let me in. It was like a bad game of Tetris. So I finally get out and I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? It looks like I'm back in 1983. There's nothing electronic. There's nothing. You just supposed to know where the bus at?
I guess.
Huh? And I even looked at the ticket like a dumbass. I said, maybe it's on my boarding pass.
What gate I'm supposed to be at?
Privilege. And finally, I seen this little bitty sign that was like Peter Pan bus, DC, Baltimore, blah, 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 73 through 83. So I was like, shit, let me go. So I'm huffing it to this motherfucker all the way across. I was like, you know what? I'm so hungry. All the lines were wrapped. Only thing available is Jamba Juice. And it ain't even Jamba Juice. So they have the Jamba Juice stand, and then they have like somebody on a cart that's like, we selling Jamba Juices for $4. And I was like, no, I'm standing real line. The line's so long. I said, give me that $4 Jamba Juice. I don't know what the fuck was in it. And it was just so like, I'm rushed. So I'm drinking the Jamba Juice and I'm walking 30 minutes to the next place. And then when I was trying to go down the escalator, as soon as I was about to step on the escalator, they was like, oh, it's broke. So I got to carry this suitcase down these flights of stairs. And I finally get to the area. And now there's like 10 of these stations. And I'm like, well, which one is DC? Then finally I seen a little Post-it note that said Washington, DC. And I got in that line. And the guy was like, where are you going? I was like, DC. And he was like, move over here. I was good. And I was like, shit, I ain't eat. Because I was just coming to see where it was at. Mm-hmm. And I was scared to get out of line because they was taking people tickets already. I said, damn, they already boarding this early? And I was like, well, let me just stay here. I'll get out of line. And then they got up and then he asked for my paper. He was like, oh, you 4 o'clock, get in that other line. Bitch, what? He was like, this is the 3:15 bus. Sir, you told me to come here. And so, I'm not in that. And mind you, now the 4 o'clock bus line is what? Back in Hartford. So I'm not getting in that line. So I just stood right there. And then like 10 minutes later, they opened the 4 o'clock bus. And I think I cut it. And the people didn't say nothing because I think they thought I was crazy. I think I was giving New York realness. It was a bunch of young white boys. And I just stood right in front of them. And they ain't say a word. Blessed to them. And after I did that, I came to them. And he was like, all right, get on. Then I'm looking at the bus. I'm getting on the bus. And that bitch is packed. I said, I was like the 6th person in line. Is there another entrance? I was like, did this bus go to DC? And he was like, yeah. And so as soon as I'm getting on the bus, I got in the first seat behind the bus driver sitting next to this little Indian woman, right? Because I'm like, I just need to sit down. I'm sweating. I'm drinking this Jamba Juice. I don't know what's in it. It could be cocaine. I'm not sure. I'm eating it. And I'm breathing. And so I'm being nosy. And then the bus driver got off with other person. They was like, the 4 o'clock driver called out. We canceling the 4 o'clock bus. We just, you had some extra streets. We put some 4 o'clock folks. We about to go tell them the bus canceled. Ain't nothing but the grace of God saved me. Because if I was out there and they told me that bus was canceled, I was going to lose my motherfucking mind. And so I really got on that 3:15 bus because it was late. And we got on that bus. But they can do that. All to that point, they can just cancel buses 3 minutes before they leave.
I guess so.
And that's what they said. They whispered to us. They said his name was Leroy or some shit. And they said, he ain't coming in, honey. We don't got no 4 o'clock bus. They got to wait to 8 p.m.
Damn.
At the prison?
Sheesh.
And I'm lucky I got on the thing, be the Lord. And then I got on the bus and the black man, he did this whole thing like he a flight attendant. Meanwhile, the bus from Hartford ain't say shit. She just closed her door and we started driving like a mad mama. But the black man, this black boy was like, turn your phones off. I don't want to hear no beeping, no ringing. If I hear it, it's a distraction of the driver. That's a felony. Don't be too loud. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Y'all niggas sit down and shut up.
In case of emergency, do what I do, not what I say. Like, he said some shit like that. I was like,
if I get off this bus and start running, you better get off this bus and start running.
And I was like, all right, Leroy. And I'm being nosy. I'm so close to Leroy, I can see his GPS. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking like, Leroy, you better get on over. You better get on. I want to tell him, better get on over. And then the last 2 things about the bus that drove me crazy was, so it was some badass kids on there. That was like 6 And they kept talking back to their parents. Like the parents was talking crazy. Like the kid was just talking, right? Being a kid. So mama, read this and the books, blah, blah, bullshit. And to the point where their daddy was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, was that his mama or his daddy? Or was that just somebody random on the bus? And the kid was like, oh, I don't want to be quiet. Don't tell me to shut up, daddy. And dad was like, I told you to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna take all your Christmas toys. Like, it was crazy. And everybody on the bus like, please handle your child. And then they finally was quiet. Then 20 minutes later, there was like brothers and sisters, and the other sister started talking. And then the little sister was like, shut the hell up. And I was like, this is too. Like, it was like monkey see, monkey do. Like, you can see the next generation. And then the last foolishness about this whole trip was the bus driver. This motherfucker stopped 6 times. The first time he stopped, he scared me. I was about to drive the bus myself and get nervous. He pulled over in the middle of the motherfucking expressway and ran to the back holding his stomach. I was like, okay, but he's like, okay, maybe I'll go to the bathroom. You know, you got to do what you got to do with some traffic. He's seen a good spot. He's trying to run and come back. 10 minutes later, what'd he do?
I don't know. What'd he do?
The same thing. 10 minutes after that, what'd he do? Till he finally got on the mic, was like, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the inconvenience. I'm having some trouble with, I forgot what he said. Intestinal problems. If anybody has any Imodium or Pepto-Bismol, it'd be greatly appreciated. What the fuck? Meanwhile, me and the Indian woman, the only one looking in our purse. Everybody in the bus asleep. I said, this nigga needs some Imodium Pepno.
This nigga got the shits.
He got the shits. And you can hear the people in the back of the bus every time he come back there. Oh, my God. Like, every time he run back there, because, you know, you in the bus, that wind hit. So they getting that bat draft. And I finally made it to DC at night, and shit was closed. I was just running, trying to make the countdown to Bojangles. Everything closed. So I just said, fuck it, I'm fasting till tomorrow. So that was my trip.
Told you to bring something.
It was, I was starving too. I think I lost 5 pounds that day. I just wanted a bite of a burger, and I couldn't get nothing. But $20 might have been worth it, but it was a lot. But other than that, once I got to DC, I babysitted my boy, Baby J. He is my boy. He just really helped me refocus and prioritize, right? Kids have a way of making you do that. Like, he ain't care about no other shit that was going on. He was completely in the present. So he looking at me like, Nyambi, sis, it's time for breakfast. Sis, it's time to read our books. And also, we were potty training. So he's so damn smart. So when I say certain keywords, he loses his damn mind. So I'm like, all right, time to go sit on the potty. He'd be like, no. Or he'd be like, time for bed. No. That's his favorite damn word. He say that clear as day.
No.
He's like, no. But they're just so smart. Like, he was just so smart. It was so funny how after a while, I didn't know what he was saying, but I knew what he was saying. You know, when I first got there, I was like, huh? But after a while, I caught myself having conversations with him, and he not saying real words. So I don't know who's the crazy one. Like, I was like, hey, Baby J, da-da-da-da. And he'll say something. I'm like, I said do it. And then he'll be like, huh. So we having full-fledged ass conversations with each other. I'm not sure if he understood me or not. You've been around Baby J. What you think, Miriam?
Yeah, Baby J is a trip. It's be tone. I'm like, because you know me, I talk to babies like they grown.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Baby J. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah. Are you hungry? And you know me, I started doing sign language. Like, even if they don't know sign language, I'm just put my hand up to their mouth.
He do.
Hungry. You know, baby J knows Spanish and shit. So I was like, bebes. You thirsty?
Bebes.
Agua.
Agua. And you know, we got on a toy this year that's bilingual, so it's Spanish and English, and we just listen to it to Spanish. So much I started singing the alphabet. I was like, A, B, C, H, D, E, F, G, E, K, Rojo. I started talking in it. But he was just so smart, and he rocked with me. The only time he ain't rock with me was in that time. As soon as I said, nah, he was like, he'll just go get to catch the Holy Ghost.
No.
It's like the Holy Ghost went through his body. And he was like, I cannot take a nap. I will not take a nap. I cannot, will not, shall not take a nap.
I told you, since the only word he knows is no, you got to ask him everything in negatives. Do you not want to take a nap? No, I do want to take a nap. Oh, okay. Let's go to bed then.
Go lay down. But he too sweet. So, he at the cuddly age where, he'll give hugs and he'll sit next to you and, all that good stuff. But it was just good to be closer with friends and, just have those exchanges with each other. Like, it was just really, really nice. While I was there, we actually went to the movies too. So we went to go see Fergnat with him. So it was cute in the movies with him and how he was trying to talk to the people on the screen. He was trying to have conversation with that damn boy and was mad when they left the screen. So it was just good time. It's cold as hell, though. We couldn't even go outside because my plans was to rip and run the streets of D.C. a little bit at these museums, and play with Baby J. But would you say it's a cold blue? If you outside for 30 minutes, you're going to die.
No.
And Baby J like to take off his shoes and shit. He been to miss a foot or something. I don't got time. Just D for kill me, honey. I'm like, what happened to Baby J foot? He took it off and it died in the snow. I don't know.
No, what? It's 30 minutes hypothermia, 45 minutes you dead.
Oh, what did I say?
There's 30 minutes you're going to die. Close.
Something like that. And then after that, I went to Maryland with Nia, and it was his birthday and New Year. It was low key, but it was quality. I always like to say my New Year's Eve consisted of Popeyes and champagne, drinking, shopping, goal setting, reflecting. What more can you do? Me and Nia, we had us a good old time, though. Like, it was good for us to kind of sit down and just catch up with each other. And now I'm in Detroit for a week or so. I miss Nero. It's almost getting that time, I think, to head on home back to white ass New England. But I'm doing good. That's enough of my update. I didn't talk so darn much.
You miss me, baby?
Miss you a little bit.
Oh, I miss
How
you a
been?
little bit too.
Oh.
I'm doing good, feeling great. How about y'all? First things first, my Runner's World article came out, and your boy is up in there in living color. It's surreal. I done went to go buy like four copies of the magazine and passed them out and shit. I done went to the barbershop. Niggas at the barbershop had them talking about Nero. Let me get your autograph. So, that's it's pretty cool and it's surreal that, one of the things I was just saying is that in 2012, I picked up my first copy of Runner's World, like looking for inspiration, motivation, and education on like running and how to run and things of that sort. Now, to be featured in that magazine, to provide somebody else with inspiration and motivation, it's a humbling experience. So, it's definitely surreal, and I'm looking forward to the wave of everything that's coming on from this. I have been contacted already to do another interview with another large fitness website already. So I've done an interview with them, and I look forward to see what comes from that. It's definitely a huge win. And
is it any other Negroes in that magazine? They're gonna be able to know which one Nero.
I'm the only black Negro in there.
I'm just asking.
But there's another black woman in there, and we're good friends on Instagram, and she's winning too. Good. Her name is Kimberly. I love when people win.
What's her name? Kim.
Yep, Kimberly.
Any black people? I'm Issa. If we black and we win it, I'm for it, honey.
Yeah. So, definitely pick up that Runner's World magazine. It was definitely a huge win. What else during this time that Naomi been gone and things of that sort? Other than that, like enjoying some me time. So I hate to say it, but sometimes Naomi can be a time suck.
What'd you say?
Naomi can be a time suck sometimes. What
does that mean,
and it means that whenever you're around Naomi, time just goes away. Like it just be gone. You just look up and 8 hours later, you were like, damn, it's 8 hours. Like it's midnight.
That's what Nia said. Nia was like, what time is it? Nia was like, we got to go to bed.
So, sometimes, it's hard to get work done, especially when you're around Naomi. So it just felt good to. It
Are
is.
You serious, Nero?
It is. I'm just being straight up, baby. When I'm around you, I'm about to tell you. But sometimes it's a time suck. Like, I just don't know where the time be. I was like, well, I'm just going to spend an hour or two in Naomi. Next thing you know, it's time to go to bed and I ain't do no work. So it just felt good, the first couple of days to just be on my computer all day and nobody look at me. Nobody hug up on my shoulder, making me uncomfortable while I'm trying to type. Nobody arguing with me, talking about I got a new girlfriend and her name is Apple, it was just me and quality time on the computer, like, which is one of my favorite pastimes. Like, I can give me a laptop and I don't need no TV, no nothing.
I actually don't prefer my laptop. It kind of irritates me.
Yeah. Well, your laptop is huge, though.
Yeah. It's like a desktop.
Mm-hmm. My New Year's was low key. I watched Netflix. I played my Nintendo Switch, which I love that game.
What you watch on Netflix? Have you watched Black Mirrors yet?
I watched Black Mirror.
It's a couple episodes I want to talk about. Not in this one, but I want to talk about Black Mirrors.
Yeah, I only got to the third or fourth episode. But a couple
Sorry,
of those
y'all,
episodes,
we really catching up.
Yeah, a couple of those episodes is like, what? I watched the Dave Chappelle.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Dave motherfucking Chappelle. Brah fucking oh.
Did you see both of them?
Special, yeah, the second one was all right. But that first special was the shit. When I tell you, when that nigga was talking about Emmett Till and bring it full circle, I said, come on, David Chappelle. Preach. Teach them, teacher. Secondly, did he look a little buff? Was his shirts a little tight?
Well, Dave had been buff.
He looked a little buff.
For a while.
Not buffer than Nerum, but.
Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
Well, he was a little. Ladies was Dave and gentlemen. Hey, how you doing? Was he a little buff in that? Did you notice a little muscle?
Yeah.
I know, like thick muscles.
Yeah.
Like Timberland thick neck muscles.
Like I was gonna say Dr. Dre.
Like Dr. Dre thick muscles.
Like, you know how Dr. Dre came out of nowhere and was like, what the fuck happened to Dr. Dre? This nigga didn't inflated.
I feel like I need to join Black Twitter and be like, did y'all see Dave Chappelle's muscles? Can we get his workout plan?
Well, you are on Twitter. Yeah, your Twitter handle is I am Nyambi. You should use it and ask a question.
I'm going Dave Chappelle. Shut up, Dave Chappelle. He getting buff, honey. All right, I see you, Dave Chappelle, The Rock Johnson. Come on. He's trying to get his rock on.
What else happened for New Year? So I watched those. Did a lot of cleaning. You know, this was the time where I did every single bit of laundry in the house. So I was walking around in a house coat and washed everything. What's also interesting is that everything got static clean because Nyambi decided to get like these dryer balls
instead of the bounce because it has all those chemicals in it.
So instead of the bounce, Nyambi got these dryer balls. But the thing is, you need like all 8 or 6 of them to like get the full effect. Now we're down to like 3, and I don't know where are these dryer balls going.
Who ate them? Did you eat them?
No. And that's the thing is Nyambi is the primary person to do laundry. So I'm asking Nyambi where the hell the dryer balls at. She looked talking about, Near, where they at? They was all there. I was like, no, they wasn't. When I opened the dryer, there was only 4 in there. I thought there was 6 of them. So all my clothes,
you can go get
the sheets, the comforter.
Got electricity.
Got static clean. So it got so much static clean that, you know, I watched when I was talking to Nyambi, she's like, you know, you need to wash the sheets this week because it's been a week or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'll wash them. So I washed them and, you know, get the comforter and I bring it out and I'm shaking it and it's at, you know, and it's dark and all I see is like electricity coming from the sheets to the point where every time I moved, every time I moved, it was like a blue spark. So I went to sleep. I didn't sleep good because like every time I was like, I said, what the hell? It was just sparking up, just full of static clean.
Yeah.
So I do need to go get some dryer sheets or something.
You can get some sheets or go to Marshall's and get some more balls.
Yeah.
If you want to use dryer sheets, I'll fold on that. You can use dryer sheets.
The comforter, I'm scared that the comforter is going to set a fire.
It's not going to set a fire.
With all that static. What else happened during New Year's Eve? My homeboy Spread Love came over, so we kicked it for a while. You know, we played the new Mario Kart. I had some Outback coupons left from my from job number 2. So, you know, I went to Outback and I enjoyed Outback meal and, you know, passed out some coupons there. Built a couple websites. So my running and fitness website is about 99% done. There's just a couple things I need to like work on with that, but like fine tune. But for the most part, it's dope. Black Love Matters is coming up next.
Yay!
I've already built like a couple other websites for some clients. And what else? It's like, you know, thinking about 2018, just thinking about like, you know, next steps for Black Love Matters and like my other podcasts, and just trying to figure out, you know, whether or not, you know, merging the two or not merging the two, but like doing some cross promoting, you know, is a good idea or not. Because, you know, one of the things I keep talking about is how, you know, the audience are very different from each other.
Y'all tell them, don't be, if he's scared, go to church.
Hey, and the thing is, I don't even like church. So,
hey, come on.
So, but like, you know, just trying to figure out how or what to, you know, do with that, or just keep them right now. Just keep them separate.
I think you're scared to integrate me into your community. I think that's what it is. Nero really don't talk too crazy. I think I'm maybe the craziest talker. You need me to tone it back?
No, baby. I'm gonna say, do you live your life?
That's gonna be very hard, but
live your life.
We're gonna have to have like sound bite drops whenever I'm about to say something crazy. Because it ain't Nero. You really don't talk that crazy. I talk crazy though. I know I talk crazy.
This podcast does not reflect. No, but
Nero.
So just thinking about that, and at this point,
I keep telling you, I don't think it's separate, right? I think it's just different pieces of you, and I think here you share everything, right? So you share everything about fitness, lifestyle, being Black, being a man. Like I think you share everything with us, right? So our Black Love listeners, they understand that you're a runner, you're a student, you're a professional, you're an entrepreneur, you're a Black man. Like they understand those facets of you compared to your other community. I think they just see more of the health and fitness that side of you, and they don't understand the other layers that encompass you. Yeah. I think that's just the difference. I don't think it's the Black Love Matter community. I don't even think it's the other folks. I don't think we'll talk about this offline. As y'all can tell, look, we really haven't. This is how we be discussing.
Yeah. So just thinking about that. Also, thinking about merch for Black Love Matters. One of the things I was talking with Naomi is just lately, like time has just been flying, and just trying to wrangle in like my time. And lock it down because, I was looking over my to-do list. Like, I had like 12 things on my list to do today. And, I got like 4 or 5 of them done. I was like, where'd all this time go? So, whether or not, my list is just too lofty or I'm not being impeccable with my time, I'm just thinking about that. And then lastly, my last random thought before we go into like a Black love story is that I've been thinking about going to like a soap making class.
God damn it. What? Didn't you just say you have 12 things on your list?
Yeah.
But what about this soap making class? I'm a little intrigued.
So I'm just thinking about my future skincare line. So, I got this bomb ass whipped shea butter recipe.
That is actually Niram has a really good shea, but I can't even front. It is good.
On lock.
It's
Everybody loves it.
It is.
And it's good as hell. I got
sometimes shea butter got that weird smell. Not weird smell, but real earthy smell. Yeah. Or sometimes it's too greasy. I don't know what other oils and stuff Niram put in there. It'd be like no smell, and it like soaks into your skin. It's not greasy. I don't know how Niram do it.
So I got this bomb-ass whipped shea butter recipe that took me years of like trial and error. That's off the hook. I got this pimple juice that's on lock.
Oh my God, I forgot about the pimple juice.
The pimple juice.
You gotta tell them what the pimple juice do.
The pimple juice take everything. You got pimples, it dissolve that shit. You got ingrown hairs.
Now, when they go on your skin, your eyes are going to squint. You're going to be like, what is this witchcraft on my skin?
You use it as a astringent. You use it as a emergency pimple remover. Ingrown hairs. I use it whenever I leave out the barbershop. Like it's off the hook. So I got the shea butter, I got the pimple juice. Now I just need to come up with like some type of beard souffle, and then the soap, and then I got like what they call it. I call mine like Niram's cousins or something like that. So you got Carol's daughter, and then you gonna have like Niram's cousin.
You said Niram's cousin, and then I can come up with a twist cream.
Yeah, or Black Skin Matters.
Oh my God. Come on, though. It is. Because it is different, ain't it?
It is.
That's actually not a bad idea.
And then, also you got to think about my black soap. My black soap recipe, too.
Yeah, you do got
my black soap stuff be off the hook, too.
It's a whipped black soap. It's really weird. You can, we took it's a little like Lush realness. So, how Lush, they just don't got regular soap. They got the bars of soap. They got jelly soap. Like, this is how this black soap is. It's like whipped. Mm-hmm. And it's like a whipped cream. And you put the whipped cream, like the whip on your body.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes that black soap can be really, really drying. Mm-hmm. But when you whip it with the oils, it's not as bad.
Yeah. So, I got a little recipe with that. That's off the hook, too. So, I'm just thinking about my skincare. We might have
to do some test trials like with some of our listeners, see how they like it.
Exactly. But, that's all I got for as updates. We got a Black love story this week, too.
We got a Black love story.
Yeah.
We're getting back to the routine, finally. Hopefully by next week, we'll be fully back into the routine. I feel like with the holidays, all our shows have been like so different and, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this week's Black Love Story is from Tam and Den, who have been together since October 1998 and married since June 2006. All right, come on.
So this is my San Francisco family that I had lunch with.
Is that who? Okay, well, I'm gonna let you take the lead this since you know them like that.
So
I got
this
these
is
folks.
Tam
sound familiar.
and Den, touched by White Hands.
White Hands, Den.
They submitted a Black Love Story. So,
I love
real
it.
cool ass people. So how they met. Dan was a student at a nearby HBCU, Oakwood University, and his school library was closed. I don't know where the hell Oakwood at. Go look it up. Dan visited the library at the college Tam was attending, University of Alabama in Huntsville. And when Tam
how the damn his library is closed at school?
Because he had an HBCU. Oakwood, I'm assuming Oakwood University is a small ass university, and they library closed at 5 p.m.
The librarian said, "Ma'am, I have an appointment. We will be closing at 5 o'clock. Get the fuck out."
I'm telling you, I told you, I was at a small HBCU, and that library closed at like 8 p.m.
It's early.
Yeah, hell, the calf closed at 4:30. Shit,
y'all fast.
You don't get in that calf by 5:05. You ain't getting no food.
That's intermittent fasting.
It sure is.
I'm sorry, I just realized that. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Nero.
So when Tam seen Touched by White Hands Denny, he looked so lost. So she approached him and asked if he need help. He replied yes, and Tam helped him find what he was looking for at the library.
Alrighty. That's so cute.
It was.
She said he looked. I said, that's so cute. She said he just looked lost.
He just looked so lost, like a little bird. Just, I'm looking for a book. Well, sir, you are in the library.
Pick any one you like. As far as I can see.
When did each of you know that your partner was the one? And then he said, I plead the fifth. Now we know the story.
Why he pleading the fifth?
Because, like I said, he was nuzzled and touched by white hands.
Okay. We'll talk about offline.
Yes. Tam said there was a time when we restarted our relationship due to me freaking out over meeting his family and took a 6-hour drive to the beach in my car. Since his family doesn't travel, they thought we were lying, shacking up at Dan's place and didn't really leave town. We took lots of photos and were having a great time back when my tire blew out. We had a great time. On the drive back, my tire blew out, and all I can think was how my family has no money. What? About how my family has no money, and now they're going to have to come and get us somehow.
Yeah.
So while I stressed, then he found a nearby tire place and bought a new tire so we can get home. Then the next day, Denny surprised me and went to Costco and bought 3 new tires for the rest of the car. The fact that he took care of me during this stressful situation showed me that he was someone that I can depend on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all can agree. Ain't nothing like a partner who steps in and be like, I got it. Don't worry about it. That is the most beautiful words that your ears can hear, especially when you're in a stressful time. I got it. Don't you worry your heart about it. You be having a moment where you be like, he the one. He the one. Compared to when it's a lot of niggas who be laying around, you be stressed out and he look at you, honey. I think I was around on the expressway one time and not that women can't change tires or nothing, but that grown man was just sitting in the car looking at her. You could at least get out the car and look at me. So is she right? It's something about men who take the initiative to find something nearby and then taking the next step further to make sure I'm safe and protected. You right, sis. We can look over there for family if it's touched by white hands. Mm-hmm. We can. Never mind. We can look over that though. You don't think so now?
Yeah,
There's never been a time I took care of you.
Yeah, it's been a few times. I even think about like all the way back to undergrad where I was like working on a paper and I'm like, fuck this shit, I ain't doing this. And you being like, come on, Nero, no, let's talk this out. Yeah. And I'm like, oh,
you talk, I type.
She the one.
Come on.
But yeah, Denny is a cool ass dude, man. Like even when I was at San Francisco and like me just meeting him for the first time and be like, hey man, like I know you're vegan curious. I listened to the podcast, listened to both of your podcasts. Like, let's go kick it. We went to this vegan restaurant and before I can even pay for mine, mine was already paid for. Yeah. We went to this like pier, like the pier and shit, and like rode the old school trolleys. And before I can even like whip out my car, this nigga already had me a Look, trolley pass already. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man,
just
you're like, you good people.
right? Just
Yeah.
taking care of you. Because that's what when people come, we have this what we're supposed to do. Just like if they would come out to us, we got them. Like, I just love that.
Yeah.
If they ever come out to New England, I don't say New England. I say Boston or New York. That usually gets people. Want to come to Boston and New York?
Tammy
And then
Dan.
sidetrack on with our house.
Right. Y'all want to come to
Oh,
Boston,
we
New
meant
York?
this small town in New England, really.
Oh. Look,
We can drive there, though.
you want to come to Hartford, Providence, Rhode Island?
Island. Come on.
Surprise.
Yeah, it's really just our house.
Small ass town, white ass New England.
Oh, man. Okay, come on. So the next question is, what's the key to the success of your relationship? They say being open, honest communication, regardless if it hurts the other's feelings. Ain't that about the truth? The open, honest, but that regardless if it hurts their feelings. That's the key, right?
Because
How many
Naomi
times-
good for trying to hurt somebody's feelings.
I do. What? You think I try to hurt your feelings?
Did I say that out loud? My bad.
You said that out loud.
Oh.
I try to hurt your feelings.
That was-
I never try to purposely hurt your feelings.
That was internal conversation I was having with myself.
Niram, you don't be hurting my feelings.
I don't know, do I?
Niram, I asked you about a baby. You said, let's talk in 8 months. Like we don't live together.
How is that hurting feelings?
Niram, I asked about a child. Usually the answer is not, let's talk in 8 months. You act like I asked to go on a vacation. You're like, let's check in 8 months to see where our finances are. Like, that's how you talked. Niram, my line? See, now I done got him tight. Now he bashful.
No, you're not lying. But I
Okay,
didn't think
then.
that was hurtful.
Okay.
I didn't know that hurt your feelings.
Yeah, that's a pretty big conversation, and you just kind of added it to the to-do list
Oh.
under the 12 items that only 4 things got done. No, I know that's just your style, though. It's all right. Would you say it hurt my feelings too?
Yeah, okay. Well, it's the truth. And that's the thing. You gotta speak regardless if it hurt your partner's feelings.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. The next is, what advice would you give to young married couples? You said, keep your family out of your business. Come on. When you marry someone, you marry their whole family. And it's important not to only love your spouse, but like your spouse, so that when things get tough, you can reflect on what you like about them rather than what annoys you about them. Preach, preach, preach. You got to like each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many couples I see sometimes. They're like, yeah, I love them, but I don't know if I like them.
It's like, damn, you just
Or
had a
with
baby
family.
with that nigga?
You know, I can definitely identify with family. Of course, I love my family. I don't mean I like them.
Mm-hmm.
But with your partner, you really, is this balance of loving and like. You have to be able to do both, right?
Right.
And if you don't, it can be a rough one.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Aaron?
I really think so. Like, you know, I even think about, you know, different situations, different people. It's like, damn, you don't even like this nigga. You just had a baby with him? Like, damn. Like, yeah, I love him. Like, yeah, you know, but I don't like that nigga.
Oh, shit.
But he can put a baby in him. I'm like, damn. It's like, what type of relationship is this?
I think that's one thing we're really privileged about. Like, I think me and Niram, and I think even our friends can speak to it. Like, me and Niram definitely don't always agree on everything. Like, absolutely. And that's something that we definitely don't hide. But we overall like being around each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we're around each other, other people like being around us. Because I've also been around couples where you'd be uncomfortable when you're with them.
Mm-hmm.
Where you feel like you the kid and you trying to like.
You trying to pick a side?
Yeah, you're not picking a side, but you know how kids be trying to like mull over.
Uh-huh.
It's okay, mommy. I love it. Like, that's how I feel like you try to be. So no. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just rambling on, ain't I? It then finally says, anything else you want to tell us about your love story? And they say, don't be afraid to date for a while and have a longer engagement. By taking your time to date and be engaged, this will allow you to really get to know your future spouse in a deeper way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I agree.
always a fan of folks just taking each stage day at a time. I think everyone always rushes that being engaged stage too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when folks get engaged, I try not to tell them, like, I try not to even ask, like, so when you get married? I'm like, oh, this is amazing. What's some stuff that you're going to do while you're engaged? Aren't you going to enjoy it? It's your fiance, right?
Right.
I feel like folks really don't give you a how to be engaged and those things you're supposed to do in that weird purgatory in between time, between marriage and still dating. So I think they're right about that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. That was good. So thank you, Tam
Yeah.
and Ian, for sharing your love story. It's
Absolutely.
beautiful. I'm jealous. I'm mad that I didn't get to meet y'all. I can't wait to meet y'all.
Man, they are some cool ass people. We might have to have them on the show because they are some characters.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
the
they
conversation.
like you know, 'cause
Yeah.
sometimes our friends be like, hell no.
The conversations that we be having, like I have with them, are so insightful and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, well, let's get them on. fan.
Yeah, so to anybody else, to submit your Black Love Story, go to blacklovematters.com/love story. And, maybe you get a chance to read your love story too.
Absolutely.
We got some pillow talk.
Did y'all see Mariah Carey for New Year's Eve?
Tea, please. I was looking for some tea.
I love Mariah Carey.
I guess I can do this. All I want for Christmas.
I didn't hear it. Did she sound okay? Did you listen to the performance? Was it better than last year?
From what I've seen on Twitter, it was definitely better than last year.
Okay, that's the only thing she had to do.
But when Eric's like, this is tragic. Like, where's my tea? Like,
she's Mariah Carey. Why does everybody get brand new when she do these things, right?
They said they was going to bring some hot tea. I want some hot tea.
Mind you, her set can't be more than 10 minutes, right? So, Mariah, you've been practicing, you've been out. You thought to wait till your mic is hot and you're live to ask for some tea was the right time to ask for it. So, ma'am, before you go on that stage, you ain't be like, where's my Starbucks? And, I'm not even hating because it's -6 degrees. It got to be hard to sing in that cold. But I'm assuming she took a swig of tea before she jumped on that stage, right?
No.
And be like Beyonce got tea hidden all over the stage. It's hidden in snowflakes and props. So all she got to do is drink it real quick. Dancers got it. What was they supposed to bring her out? Like a little, a mug?
Yes.
Like,
where's my tea, please?
Mariah Carey is my spirit animal, though. I'm trying to be like her when I'm like 60.
Mm-hmm.
I'm be at church giving church announcements. Can someone give me some tea? They were like, Sister Nyambi, could you wait till you're done with the announcement?
Tea, please, tea.
Tea, I need some. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
But I don't know. I just put respect on her name. She's Mariah Carey. She's a legend. She doesn't need any more songs. We know she's going to come on stage and tiptoe. Like, why are we surprised?
I'm not.
I'm enjoyed it. I hope this is the last year they keep inviting her on.
I don't know who else is going to do it.
I'm all set for live performances from Mariah Carey.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's, again, she's sickening. She still has the #1 Christmas album in the country for the last, 20
years?
Christmases.
Like, she's just making money off of Christmas CDs.
Come on. And you know what? The CD still bangs.
They do.
And everybody be on All I Want for Christmas, but low key, her Silent Night bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got too excited.
I know.
You done with that? Anything else from Mariah Carey New Year's Eve? I just had to touch on that. Because everybody was like, can you believe she did it? Yeah, yes, that's what Mariah Carey does.
Mariah.
This is what she does.
Yeah.
My next one is, what is going on with Vince and Tamar?
Oh, Jesus.
In her Instagram confessional. So we were split on this. So I was like, because me and Diva, this is actually the only show we watch. And we was obsessed with it like she was our sister. I said, I knew Vince was crazy. Didn't you, Nadifa? She said, yeah. We knew Vince was crazy. Like, we know him, right? We knew he was crazy from the get-go. Now he done got skinny daddy and he done lost his damn mind. So for y'all who don't know, Tamar and Vince is going through this divorce. And I think it was like the day after Christmas or sometime between. Tamar went on Instagram and wrote this long post that basically said Vince was on some bullshit. His hoes done called her and his hoes done told him that she was pregnant and he a dog and I just want to put this shit out there. And then allegedly, Tamar didn't say this, but allegedly some girl named Laura.
From Basketball Wives.
Yeah, is the baby mama, allegedly. I don't know who it was, but it was just real messy online. And I was like, Tay, that's where you do your group text to your friends and your sisters, right? And then all y'all bash. I don't know if you go on. She got to have millions of followers. I don't know. That's where you did it. But Nadifa was like, fuck that. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. She's like, put the nigga out there. Receipts for life.
I
didn't know how I felt about that. What you thought about the situation?
I didn't get to see the confessional because it got deleted.
Oh, guess what Nyambi got?
Oh, you got screenshots?
Oh, of course. I keep receipts.
What you do, Nyambi?
I got a screen receipt.
And did you screen record it?
I screenshot it.
Oh.
I did it for the research. For the podcast. Oh, that's not a problem, Tay. And I know I ain't the only one, honey.
Oh, my God.
Why you laughing at me?
Now she worked for World Star. What's the other one?
It said, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to send it to you, Nirams, too.
Okay.
It says, hold on. Oh, okay. Wait, let me send this to you, folks, Niram. Niram, why are you surprised that I keep receipts?
Oh, my God. She didn't screenshot it.
I'm a scholar.
Now she worked for World Star.
Scholar. No, TMZ.
Oh, TMZ.
It says, Vince Herbert having a baby. His whore decided to let me know about it tonight. That stupid broke ass whore should check public records on Christmas before she goes through with it. He called back despite his protection order, begging in line like he's hanging out with Joe and Roxy from BET. Oh yeah, that's credible. No shade. However, before you judge me, know the facts. He's a real piece of work. Shake my head. Happy New Year, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, know that 2018 is a fresh start, and if I can leave this liar, so can you can leave yours too. Oh. Black girl hunching shoulder emoji. Oh, and Vince got arrested.
He got arrested for what?
Oh, Chris, what the fuck is Skinny Daddy done got feeling himself?
Oh my God. Y'all,
I just sent it to you.
I seen it.
What?
Now y'all be keeping no receipts.
What? I keep my primary sources.
Oh my God.
And I was a scientist, honey. My undergrad degree is biology. I keep all my field notes.
I can't with you.
What?
Now she work for Bossip.
I'm an intern.
Now y'all be, look, Bossip, I got this screenshot for y'all before she erased it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I think it's a lot, you know. The thing is this, and I haven't seen the season finale, but I can only imagine.
Oh my God, it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can only imagine, like, to go through the shit when, like, and there's no TV, like, and there's like you just go. I can't even get out to go through this shit without no cameras, TV, just to do this as a regular everyday person. But to do this shit and be TVs and cameras around.
Yeah, Sony 3 million.
Jesus.
I got receipts on that.
You got a screenshot on that too? You got court papers?
I'm Duchess on the Breakfast Club. No, it ain't funny, but yeah, it is hard. I think that's why I said, I don't know if Tay should have brought that to Instagram, but sometimes thinking about now what Adifa says, like, because I think a lot of times folks thought Tamar was the crazy one, right? Because she talks, she's outspoken.
Yeah, a loud black woman.
Yeah, right. But in reality, she was holding him down and loved him, and it was him, Skinny Daddy, doing the stuff on the sly, being Skinny Dad, doing Skinny Daddy things. And I would say before Tamar kind of released this stuff in the show, I'd probably been like, yeah, Tay, you do run off at the mouth too much. You drive a dog to drink. But now I see Vince is sneaky. He's sneaky. He got some shit going on. I knew he was sneaky when he was way too calm. Whenever they interview, he's like, I just want my wife back. I said, that's it, Nick?
That's all you got to say?
That's all.
I just wish my wife
out
back.
of all that, so why you was in jail? Do you got a baby? Like, none of these things are being addressed.
No, I just want my wife back.
So what do you think about her putting it on Instagram or not? I always think it's important to keep about your business. I'm with Tam and Dan.
Yeah.
Whether you famous or not.
I think so too. I'm really about keeping shit out of it. Keeping like this type of stuff out of other people's business. Even though like they are getting paid to be on a reality TV show, and I think there's a line that need to be drawn. But this type of shit,
like you got to keep this to a very close circle. It's not that you can't tell folks. I think you should, right? But I think you have to be aware of who you tell, right? Because you want folks who's rooting for you, for your best. Everybody's not necessarily rooting for your best, so I think that's what's important. But that's true, Niram. I didn't even think about this. All this shit could be for show, and they could be just sitting back sipping mojitos,
right,
and chilling. I mean, there's a lot to go through, but I guess people have done more.
I know, right?
For less exposure.
Flavor of Love.
Oh my God. That is classic ass TV. Don't you ever talk ill will of that, okay? That was the birth of reality TV. You hear me? For me. But I just seen that Tamar Vince. It's a rough thing. And I send them good energy, but it looks like it's gonna be a long road for them, honey.
Especially if they got their kid together.
And a side note, this is something a little different. I think this is because I kind of lost weight too, and I know we're both on the healthy lifestyle journey. Do you think it's something to that? Folks who lose weight in relationships, you think they change? Like, did you change when you lost weight? Do you think I've changed since I lost weight? And I know that was kind of an underlying story, but I feel like Tamar kept throwing shade at that. Like, she's like, well, Skinny Daddy think he can do, like, you know what I'm saying? Why she keep using that adjective, right? And I got to thinking, like, is it something to that?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of this type of thing. You've been fed all your life, and
Fat don't equate to ugly though.
No, but it doesn't. But I think, you've been big all your life, and there wasn't some things that you didn't have the liberty, or you felt like you didn't have the confidence to do. And then when you lose this weight, you got the confidence to do new things because, you've grown as a person, you had this transformation. And the thing is, like, when you had this transformation with your body, you also got to have this transformation with like your mind and things of that sort. And like your outlook do change. So, and the thing is, like, everybody expects you to be the same. And it's like, yeah, I am the same, but there's certain things I'm just not going to roll with or just do or tolerate, or these are new things that I'm going to do. And sometimes people don't see, people see that and be like, oh, so you done switched up.
You done changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's true.
Because, I even think about, like, having a conversation like, oh, and this is like simple stuff like, oh, you on that weight loss kick again? It's like, no, like, I just like try new things. Like, oh, you was paleo, but now you vegan. Like,
Who said that?
I'm just saying, just in context.
Conversation, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's that type of stuff like, oh, now you're vegan, or now you're paleo, or now you don't eat meat, or oh, you only eat fish, or you like to do that run stuff, or oh, now you're cycling, and it's that type of stuff. It's like when people see that, that's the thing that is. So I think, when you did lose the weight, that people are like, oh, now you like to do this, or now you doing that, but you wasn't doing that shit when you was fat, and it's like, damn.
Ooh, yeah, fat daddy,
right? I was fat daddy, and I ain't had the confidence to boss up on your ass to let you know.
Confident of the energy.
Yeah, to let you know that the shit you was doing was wrong. But now I'm skinny daddy and I got the energy.
Yeah.
And now I'm shaking the table. Ooh. And people eat. And now you don't like that shit.
True.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I just always thought that's kind of an underlying story too. Like, because I know something they kept talking about. Now he want plastic surgery to get rid of his stomachs. And I said, well, and the way she was talking about this plastic surgery, like this man was about to go and have triple bypass surgery. I was like, well, a lot of people live.
And that's my thing. Like,
off
this
of
dude,
skin removal. I don't know if that's a high mortality rate surgery. I don't.
So, but that type of thing, like, the thing is that you're trying to like better yourself, and to the point of like you doing things that some people may see as like not risky but out of the ordinary, but you feel like that would make you feel confident and better as a human being or individual, and you got people like, no, you don't need that. I said, why? So I just need to just walk around with this loose skin, 20 pounds of loose skin on me,
True.
Titties and shit, titties rubbing and chafing and shit. Like, hell, I don't want to get these titties off me. I want to get this stomach off me.
Yeah, you want to get fine.
Yeah.
Or finer.
Exactly.
How do you think it's impacting our relationship? Or do you think it has or has not?
I think that's interesting, because I think I lost weight first, and then, and then you went on your journey and you lost weight. As a person who has lost weight, gained weight, and lost weight again, like, I understand the journey. I understand, the things of, you got this loose skin, or, you got new things that you want to try or do, and you're just trying to figure out, like, you're a new person. And like sometimes, you do have like some dysmorphia where, you done lost all this weight, but you still see the same person, before the weight. So sometimes you feel like in order to in order to feel like a new person, you got to go through this stuff. But I also think that another thing is this mental, is that, after you lose this weight, you notice like how much damage you've done to your body.
Yeah, how rough you were, how
rough, how abusive and rough you were to your body, and how much you really didn't care or love for yourself.
Ooh,
and I think, once you had that realization, a lot of other things start to change, and like mentally, you be like, I didn't care for myself, or I didn't love myself enough to let myself get away from, go this far, that now I want something different and I want to change. And I think, when people see that, like, oh, now now you skinny daddy. And now, you used to do that shit when you was fat daddy, but now you skinny daddy, and now you want to do this shit. So I think, a lot of that stuff goes into it as well.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I just thought about that. I thought that was just an interesting kind of twist and pivot to the story, and layers, right? So I think everything's not cut and dry. So I don't think it's as simple as maybe he was stepping out or even got this girlfriend. I think this is layered, if it's true, and there's a lot of other stuff going on. Because of the marriage, it takes more than one indiscretion to crumble an entire marriage.
Mm-hmm.
you know. But, real talk, we wish them the best. Hopefully they do work it out. It'd be amazing if they push through and work it out, right?
Yeah, it would.
But if not, it's okay for it not to work out because you have to do the best what's for you and your family. Right. I think either way is acceptable. And, it's honorable for them. I know I said I wouldn't put into my business out there like this, but the most dangerous person in the room.
The person who ain't got no secrets.
Come on. So, it's something freeing about that. That was kind of the sermon on what I was saying on church on, what was that? New Year's Eve? It was kind of talking about that. So it ain't nothing wrong with it, right?
It ain't.
All righty. The next thing I want to talk about was R.I.P. to Erica Gardner, who passed away. She was only 27. As you all know, well, actually, I wanted to read a piece of what her family said about her. Her family said, when you report this, you remember, they want us to remember that she was human, a mother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt. Garner account tweeted, her heart was bigger than the world. It really, really was. She cared when most people wouldn't have. She was good. She only pursued right no matter what. No one gave her justice. Garner is famously and officially sought for the justice of her father, Eric Gardner, who died from a police chokehold in Staten Island, New York, July 17, 2014. She led many marches, demonstrations in NYC and other places, and even appeared on national television. It's imploring the Department of Justice and reviewing the circumstances that led up to her father's death. I just wanted to put her name and her family's energy in this space, because their family's just been through so much heartache and turmoil for the last 3-4 years. Yeah. And this has to be even more devastating, blow. I know some folks will say she literally died of a broken heart. So it's a lie, right?
Yeah, it is.
And we have to, like I said, continue to say her name and acknowledge for all the stuff she's done. Nira, I know this is something that's really close to you, near your heart. You have anything you want to say?
I think, I can keep saying it and it won't change, but, hearts out to all of them, Eric Gardner, Erica Gardner, and just knowing that we have to keep protesting and resisting. And sometimes, resisting looks different. Like for us, this podcast might be a form of resistance. A form of resistance, absolutely. But, keep resisting, stay persistent in the resistance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the best way to keep her legacy and her family's legacy alive. I'm sure that's it. She don't want folks to stop. She don't want this to stop the show.
Exactly.
And also to take care of ourselves too. Like, sis had a heart attack. Like, I'm sure all the stress she was going under, like really going into it 2018. Follow your purpose. Do what you're supposed to do. But do take time to take care of yourself too. I know that throws my energy off. Yeah. Something a little more positive. You want to talk about the Jay-Z family feud?
Nobody wins when the family feuds.
This is probably the only video I enjoyed.
Out of the whole 444?
Like his actual, I enjoyed, first of all, 444, let me slow down, right? Was a great CD. Mm-hmm. I love the behind the scenes, the conversations, right? But the actual music videos, it was good as that SNL performance.
You didn't like Bam when him and Bob Marley was just walking around Jamaica?
It was all right. That's exactly what I said. I said.
Okay.
But this here, Queen Ava came through and showed the fuck out as always, because everything Ava and Oprah and Jay-Z do is intentional, because y'all know A Wrinkle in Motherfucking Time is coming out in March. So first of all, niggas, get ready for Black Panthers coming out in February, and then that gives us enough time to recuperate. And then in fucking March, we got to go out and see A Wrinkle in Time. So all you niggas, I don't want to hear your mouth. A lot of times we scared of supernatural and sci-fi. Mm-hmm. It don't got. If you love God, you can still go see both of these movies. I just want to make it plain, because I know some people, grandmas and auntie, gonna play that's not of the Lord. I was just talking to Nadifa. I think it was either her dad or her uncle was like, they sent her a DVD about some church service. On the Nadifa was like, oh, let me put in a little church service, see what it is, remind me of home. She said it was a DVD of a pastor talking about how yoga is from the devil. And Nadifa love yoga, y'all. Like this, she's a yogi. She's a Black yogi. She said, what the fuck is this? So all the Black people, the Christian Black people, A Wrinkle in Time and Black Panther is not against the Lord. It is not a pagan tradition. Please come support it. They said the yoga was of the devil because, yoga, the goal is to kind of quiet your mind and, you know what I'm saying, stop the thoughts. And they said that's how the devil get in there. Black folk, I love us.
I can't even keep.
We can make a way out. We can keep a way out of no way, can't we?
We sure can.
I said, is it where's your quiet when your mind quiet and blank? That's when the devil come in.
What,
sir? Sir?
I'm going to add that to the list with Hotep Hogwarts.
And Nadifa, me and Nadifa, we love the Lord. So we think we about to get a little down home church sermon, right? Something to get you inspiration. She said she started listening and saying, what type of shady? And the thing is, Nadifa is not like, I'm a flaky yogi. I do it sometimes, like out of the 12 months, probably total yoga I do is maybe 3 months of the year. Like if Nadifa, because she would do yoga every day. Like she loves it. And for them to send that to her is disrespectful.
That's a microaggression.
It's a microaggression. So like you said, she of the devil? Like, what are you saying? So I think we're going to have a lot of PSAs and we have to begin talking to our families because we the ones touched by white hands and letting them know Black Panther and A Wrinkle in Time is not the devil's work. You don't think I'm lying. I guarantee you it's going to be somebody, grandma, auntie talking that. You don't think?
Yeah.
Especially when they get to see all them wizards and shit and all that wine. It's Black people who ain't fuck with Harry Potter because of that.
Yeah.
I said, this made up, y'all. This not. Oh, all y'all Ocean priests. Y'all need to go talk to y'all people.
Jesus.
Anywho.
444.
So Queen Ava directed it, and it was amazing. It's a 7-minute video that's in a short film format. It serves up kind of little sci-fi futuristic realness that I think it gives us a taste of what is going to be A Wrinkle in Time. So I think Ava was like, hey, niggas, I can do more than nigga documentaries and nigga shows. I can do this shit too. Get ready. Because I think that's a lot of people in the streets was saying, like, yeah, Ava, you can take good pictures of trees and shit, but what you going to do when we get what's it called? Blue people?
Uh-huh.
What's they called?
I don't know. Avatars?
That have sex with the tails. Yeah. The avatars and shit involved. Can you do CGI? That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
How good can you do? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a different type of directing.
Yes.
Right? And a different type of eye and different type of editing. And she's about to come shit on them. But she's just giving you a piece of what her directing is going to be like. So joining Jay-Z is, of course, Queen Beyonce, who... Oh, this bitch had 3 kids and looking like what? I have no kids, and
you still fine, baby.
Rough. Thank you, Nero.
You're fine as wine.
Thank you, Nero. Mm-hmm. Sometimes days I feel like Beyonce is like wine. The older she gets better. And sometimes I feel like just milk.
Turn to some fine cheese, baby.
Nero said, "Oh, the time it get worse, start to spoil, honey. I don't know,
baby.
What's going on.
Spoil. Turn to some cheese,
honey. Some curd, right?
Cheese. What's that? Spencer Parmigiano Reggiano.
That's how you make it. Anywho, so Queen Beyonce was there, and Blue Ivy, and also it's just a ton of other people. So Michael B. Jordan, Trevante Rhodes, Daddy Newton, Jessica Chastain, Iram something, Omar, Ghost was in there. The guy who be playing MLK, the African guy, David Aluwilo, another person name I can't say, America Fiera, Aisha Hines, Henry G. Sanders, Storm Reed. What else comes up? Oh, also what I liked was they had this cast of like the founding mothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, Naram, you want to give an overview of the story, then I'll go back into it? Or you remember? No.
You put me on the spot now.
Okay, well, don't worry about it.
But what I remember from the video, because it's been like, 2 weeks since I watched it?
It's been like 3 days.
No, it's been at least 2 weeks. It came out before Christmas, right?
Oh, nigga, I just watched that 2 days ago.
Oh.
Okay.
But I just remember Blue Ivy was like one of the founding mothers or something like that.
Well, so you got to start with the opening quote with Jay-Z in the church.
Well, you go ahead.
He said, well, I'll go there.
Go ahead.
Him and Blue was walking up in this church when they younger. I don't know what's about to happen. And they kind of worshiping Queen Beyonce. And he's just having a story with them. And they opened up with a quote from James Baldwin. So, he already had me whenever you quote Baldwin, right? And the quote is, "The wretched of the earth do not decide to become extinct. They resolve, and on the contrary, to multiply. Life is their weapon against life. Life is all that we have." So that's where they begin. And they kind of go into this like flash forward. And they kind of show the progression of like the legacy. So I'm assuming Jay-Z and Beyonce is the king and the queen, or president and vice president of the country or whatever. And Blue is kind of their throne person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who next in line to get the throne, queens and queens. This is hard for America because we don't got kings and queens and shit. We don't got the right languages.
No.
And so they kind of progress in time and show, what has happened, how they get to the point. So it looked like there was some wars, some shit popped off, some shit didn't pop off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And their legacy of it. And then it's like kind of, you get so far in the future where it looks like Blue Ivy is kind of at this table with something called Founding Mothers, because everything kind of had to be redone because some shit popped off. And they redid the Constitution and everything. That's the other thing that was unique. It wasn't just one person. It was like co-presidents or co-leadership. And everyone was kind of having these discussions about breaking down all pieces of the amendment and the Constitution. Because first they were arguing because they was like, well, you can't, somebody isn't rightfully to the throne because they killed somebody or like some bullshit law. And they was like, this is not how we can work and operate through that. And so that's kind of how it goes through there. And everyone was fighting with each other, right? And then in the end, you can't move forward unless everyone kind of works together.
The brother...
Go ahead.
I said the brother and sister that was fighting and killed each other. Was that Blue Ivy? And I'm not Blue Ivy. Was that Sarah and Rumi? Was that Sarah and Rumi?
I hope they ain't dead, honey. Did you say Sarah and Rumi done killed themselves? They fighting, honey. I don't know, Nero.
I was just asking. Like, I didn't know that was an allegory for like Beehive. Don't y'all come for me? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking, was that an allegory? Because I thought all that was related.
Internal to the family.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think we're talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? So I think we need to take them out the equation. We're talking about this family who ruled this time. So yes, I'm sure her other brothers and sisters fought. I want to get to who these other founding mothers were, because that table was sickening. First is Mindy Kaling, and I low-key love Mindy Kaling, and Nero Mania hates her.
I can't stand her.
Why y'all can't stand Mindy Kaling?
It's something about her aura that I just can't. I don't like her energy. Like, how sometimes you get around somebody and be like, nope, just don't like them. That's how it is for Millie Candid.
Why you think she be faking it?
I don't know. I don't know that. Like, I don't know her. I never met her, but like, as soon as I see her,
show,
I just see her. She opened her mouth once. I was like, nope, don't like her.
You silly. I love her though. Rashida Jones, Rosario Dawson, Janet Mock, Brie Larson, Constance Wu, who I freaking love. Constance Wu, sis, stand up. Jessica from Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh,
love her.
Yeah.
Ain't she a beast? I need to see her in more movies. Niecy Nash and Susie Watson. Who played Blue Ivy was Beth Ass, who gets on my nerves. Randall Beth.
Yeah.
What's her name? Is that the name I can't
say? Yeah. Oh. That's her name. You can't.
Blue Ivy and Beth can't. She gets on my nerves. I don't know. I mean, Beth gets on my nerves. So they were all there. But anywho, I just thought it was just good. Like, as I said, this track, it served as a kind of atonement to kind of the key lyrics that set forth the tone of the short film, Nobody Wins with a Family Feuds. Of course, in this he's referring to his familial relationship, but it goes beyond that and applies to feuding within the country and in the world. There's layers of meaning in the shorts that starts off kind of with like that James Baldwin quote I talked about, and then goes into kind of this Godfather meet Game of Thrones scene, moments of war, moments of reflecting today's volatile political climate, and a group of empowered females looking to build a utopia rather than a dystopian future.
Yeah, I feel like black women had to come and take over. Like once black women get into...
And women of color. We only allow one white woman at the table.
Yeah, well, once women of color go ahead, y'all need to just go ahead and run the fucking world so it can be good. Not have free insurance and... You
said black woman. It's gonna happen. I think, and actually, I believe it's coming sooner than later now. I didn't think it would be in my lifetime, but we might have a black woman president in my lifetime.
Yep.
I'm gonna be an old woman. I'm gonna be rolling in there. I'm be like, I gotta vote for Keisha. What?
I gotta vote for Keisha.
I'm serious. I think you said it's time for us to just do it and let the world go on.
Yeah. If Donald Trump can be president, black women can go ahead and be president too.
Yeah. Well, damn. I don't know if that's good or bad in there.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no shade, no dig, but I just feel like, for all the white people that's listening, like, shit, y'all pick Donald Trump.
Yeah,
shit.
Why can't I Nyambi can do. I can do a better job than Donald Trump. Yeah, I could.
Why not you?
Yeah.
Why not me?
Oh, come on. You know, and that speaks to this piece that Dave Chappelle was talking about. He brought that together. So I don't want to ruin too much for his show, but he made this connection like with Emmett Till. And we know how, you know, well, our community kind of know what happened to Emmett Till and his family. And how his mother, you know, had his casket open, and how the woman lied, and on her deathbed, she came out, and the white woman was like, you know, I lied in my testimony. Well, the way it happened wasn't explicitly how I said it. You know, I didn't feel like I was in danger. He whistled at me, but I never, you know, basically she ain't.
Yeah, we all know.
It wasn't that serious, right? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that serious. And what he was saying, though, is that was the lie that changed history. So say if so he was using that as a metaphor to say, so the civil rights movement was moving forward, but this Emmett Till case put gas in the car to move faster. Because his mama, as he said, was a gangster and was like, no, we ain't doing no closed casket in this motherfucker. I want everyone in the world to see what they did to my motherfucking baby.
Right.
And it put a real face to it, put emotion to it. And it not only got the African American community upset, it got everyone around the in the country upset, right? To say, no, this is too much, right? This is a child. And we're moving forward because, as again, white people be oblivious a lot of times. They don't really, you know, I'm getting so sick of that excuse. They don't know what's going on. It's always, I never knew. Right. You have no choice but to know that Emmett Till in his casket was on everything, like Dave Chappelle said, from Jet Magazine to Time Magazine.
Right.
And if you had a child or a brother, sister, you have to, if you have humanity in you, you're going to see that that's wrong, right? So his point was, if that never happened, you know, where will we be?
Right.
Right? Don't that give you a little chill?
It do.
Like, so if that's going back to everything is in divine order, all steps of order, everything's happening as supposed to. Because if that never happened, would we be where we're at today? Would the civil rights movement got the momentum? Would it kept going? You know what I'm saying? Will we still be in Jim Crow shit, right? Well, some people argue we still is, honey, but you know what I'm saying? Will we be to this pace?
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, he really hit the point on that. Yeah. And it makes you put a lot of other things in and to perspective as well, to see, you know, what other things that would have happened, or if it wouldn't have happened, would it be where, you know, you're at now?
It's supposed to be. Yeah. Come on. It make me want to cry, and it make me want to think about it and start shouting when you think about that. And, you know, the way Dave tied it together was like, hopefully Donald Trump is the mistake that's going to pivot us. This is going to be our generation's biggest mistake. Yeah. To pivot us into some shit that's like hell to the motherfucking no.
Right.
And it's something to think about, right?
It is.
It's something to think about broadly as far as our country, but also personally in your life, to say some of the shit you went through, if you didn't go through that, how would you be in this place you were in, right? Child, I think that's like kind of almost a perfect segue to kind of go into reflections ago. You want to talk about this episode, or you want to what's your next one, Yams?
Let's see where we at. We already at like almost an hour and 20 minutes.
We can talk about, you want to just have Friday as our big chunk?
Yeah, let's
and
do
talk
that.
about reflections and goals.
Yeah, let's
so
do
what
that.
we'll do, we'll give folks a peek at it. So what we're going to, when Niram and I do our goals, we kind of break them down. And we did them with Nia this year. And of course, Nia is the ultimate, he's a Capricorn. So he's the ultimate structurist, creator. Like I always say, Capricorns are the ultimate teachers. And so the way we actually broke it down in the group is into 7 categories. So we talked about financial goals and reflections, spirituality, Nia call it sexuality. I said intimacy. Professional goals, reflections, cultural goals and reflections, physical goals and reflections, and social goals and reflections. So again, that's financial goals and reflections, spiritual goals and reflections, sexual or intimacy related goals and reflections, professional goals and reflections, cultural, physical, and social. And what we did, we just broke them down and answered questions with them. And what they were is kind of, what did you do well? What needed a little bit of improvement? And this is the question I really liked. What are you tired of people asking? What do you wish they don't ask again? And what do you want people to ask you? And then instead of having one big goal, we both broke our goals up quarterly so we can check in with each other. So by the end of the first quarter of the year, I want to accomplish this, the second quarter this, the third quarter this, the fourth quarter that. That way it makes it easier for us to have these conversations to say, bruh, sis, cuss. You said you was going to do X, Y, and Z. You got about 90 days. How was that looking?
Right.
And coupled with so we know what questions not to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So you say you don't want to check in about this, but you want me to ask these things. So it just makes it a lot clearer. And you want to? I guess we can just begin sharing those Friday's episodes. So I can do our Friday episode with a little bit more love related stuff. You got to check in from Fly Girl, or you just crashing that?
No, I'm not crashing that. We shall see.
And then we do shout out Friday. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I enjoyed y'all. I missed y'all. I'm glad to get back to a routine. That was a great episode, wasn't it, Nero?
It surely was, baby.
I loved our Black story with Tam and Den. It made me smile. It was just good to even catch up with you, Nero. I feel like we haven't just sat down and talked in a while.
Right. We FaceTime here and there, but Naomi don't like to be on the phone no more than like 5 minutes. Then she'd be like, okay, all right.
No, I don't.
Talk to you, bye. Love you, bye.
I don't. So as always, to submit your Black Love stories, go to blacklovematters.com. And to submit your questions for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. And to leave a comment about anything that we talked about today, you can do that on blacklovematters.com, SoundCloud, Stitcher, any form of social media at Black Love Matters, or you can leave us a voicemail at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. And remember, love is ever evolving.